All right, I want this to be just a quick video. I want Phantom also to be first because like this is the buff I'm like most excited about. Even though I'm late, like and Seed and I got her buff yesterday, I still am more excited to talk about Phantom's buff than anything else. Phantom is a character that is known for setting up debuff comps, especially involving Tai Sui, or I guess now it's specifically Charm, but Tai Sui literally had an issue where if you were fighting people that had a good amount of magic resist or debuff resistance, none of his kit would actually work because the way Tai Sui works is you debuff the enemies, and when they start dying, they put more debuffs on each other. And like if you're in fighting 6 enemies at a time, you could like the amount of dot damage you can ramp up in that situation is far higher than anything else you can possibly do. So Phantom, he is, especially now with his buff, he is a dedicated support for arts units specifically, but debuff units in general. Any servant that will greatly lose damage based on if debuffs are active or not, you're gonna want Phantom in your team. So he is a 1-star. We are not caring about his damage or even his HP, even though it has a little to do with it. You do want him to die fairly quickly, but I'm not saying like don't ever, like not to ever level foes on him. Like you kind of can, because he has a way to like die pretty quickly outside having a taunt. Like, and no amount of like extra HP is going to fix like this issue, because like for him specifically, it's not even an issue. His hit counts are dog shit. There is no point in talking about them besides this arts card. If you crit, it's gonna do something. Everything else, absolute dog shit. 2-hit quick cards, miss me with that bullshit. Alright, first skill, 9 stars per turn on a 5-turn cooldown, and this is what gets him killed fairly easily. He has a guaranteed chance to lower his defense, 14% for 3 turns. I don't know if you've ever used, say, Kiyohime, but when you start giving the enemies buffs, it always feels like they scale so much more than you. So you giving the enemy 20% attack or you taking 20% defense down, your character is like, they're not lasting long. Yeah, especially in a comp like this where you do want Phantom to die, he's not getting rid of this. You're not cleansing this off. You're like, it actually slows down the run more if you cleanse it off. Second skill, already buffed. 90% chance to charm one enemy regardless of what they are. Not even a servant, not a female or Canis. It's funny that I have female and Canis and not female and gender unknown. I just think that's a little funny. But yeah, full buff strip and chance to charm for one enemy. Third skill. So before, all this did was up the chance of this landing. That is not the case anymore. It was only mental debuff success rate for 25% and 100% mental debuff resistance for 100%. So before, like, chance of Phantom getting charmed, almost zero. Pretty much zero unless it's a guaranteed charm chance. Now, everyone in the party gets a 20% arts buff, which is why units like Summer Kama and Tai Sui are going to see the most value from putting Phantom in the team. Kama especially, because Phantom allows Kama to save her or to use her charm quicker and keep the MP damage for while she's farming. Am I saying you should bring Phantom instead of Oberon? I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not saying that. But if you're not using Black Row with Summer Kama, letting Kama use her super effective sounds like a pretty good idea instead. If you're on Darkness, the entire party gets MP damage. Sorry. And I do also want to speak on that because Lohi is a servant that makes the field darkness for 5 turns, which it doesn't line up perfectly with Phantom's MP duration, but it's close. And if you can reduce this cooldown, you can pretty much double pop this before Lohi has to repop the darkness if you're not already on a darkness battlefield, because darkness battlefield literally means it's dark out, you don't see the sun. From my understanding, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The sun's just not out. In addition, they made the debuff success rate and the mental debuff resistance just flat. It's not mental, it is just normal debuff success rate and normal debuff resistance. This is important for Phantom because this makes it so his own MP, his own setup for other servants now has an easier way of landing. So, passive 10% star gen, doesn't matter, you're not clicking his quick cards. MP. It used to only be 20% at the start of the game. Thank God they buffed it so much, because not only did they 2.5 the value, but they also doubled the duration. So the base is 50 and a 66 turn duration. But he still has to land this debuff. He still had to land this. So even though he helped fight off magic resist, he still needed to land this for them to have, to get rid of the Goddess Essence magic resist combo. So he now has a 130% chance of landing this debuff, meaning units with Goddess Essence magic resist combo, they have an 80%, they only have a 20% chance of resisting this debuff, and that is taking the that is taking almost the absolute extreme. It's actually 75 to like 80 is the highest end you're gonna see for magic resist. Yeah, 75 to 80% chance of landing the debuff. That is definitely better than you having a 50% chance of landing this, and then you have to land your other debuff. So yeah, this buff literally just makes Phantom better at what he was already doing. Bond CE, 15% quick while he's on the field. He's a welfare. You're gonna be able to get this servant whenever. If you had to level any skill, do this, because it's all the skill. Like, this is all that matters. After this skill is leveled, then you level this skill for the charm chance. If you don't ever plan on charming with him, then you don't need this skill. The buff removal is flat. Again, doesn't scale with level. And this skill, who really cares? You get more stars return, but this is, yeah, you're not reducing this. Yeah, so I just wanted this to be a quick one. I'm not releasing Pretender Abigail or Lohi until the event is like fully rolled out, just so if they have any hidden buffs like Van Gogh had last event, I'm not redoing the video. That's pretty much my only reasoning. So also make sure that the wiki page is like up to date and accurate. I don't want any like mistakes because I'm trying to rush stuff. All right, peace. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.